so exciting to be back here. I mean, I know that E.T. was such a good memory, and all of a sudden, all of you are back and doing this.
We are. Are we rolling, by the way?
We are rolling.
Okay. Yes, it's great to be back on the, how do you pronounce the croisette?
The croisette, yeah.
The croisette. And it was great to be on the red carpet the other night. That was a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful experience to experience and receive the audience's reception of the film. That was a wonderful, wonderful expression of their appreciation, and we were so appreciative of their responses. And I like coming back to Cannes. I've said in a lot the last couple of days, because everybody asked me, what does Cannes mean to you? And it means a lot of personal things. My first movie, Sugarland Express, won Best Screenplay. E.T. was received wildly, enthusiastically in 1982, and was the last movie to be in the Palais before they moved to across the street. And I was the president of the jury 3 years ago, which was very an honor to do that. But it really is a place where art and glamour come together.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's as eclectic as your filmography has been. You know, you've directed so many genres of movies, and yet retained your enthusiasm for cinema. Is it something that comes very organically to you?
Yeah, I don't even think about a time when I won't be enthusiastic about movies. I've always been, and I watch tons of movies anyway. Every time I watch a movie, it renews my faith in movies. Every time I watch a bad movie, it shows me how easy it is to fail, and whenever I see a great movie, it shows me how hard it is to achieve that high bar. You know, so I'm constantly feeding movies in my life. I try to share my favorite films with my kids. They don't see all of them. If they're in black and white, I have a tougher time getting them to sit down and watch it. But I just don't, I feel that my refueling station is watching other people's films. That's how I recharge myself.
Well, it's a very diversified world where a lot of things happen, so it's good to be interested in other people's imagination and yours at the same time.
Well, that's what Cannes does. The films here are so different, they're so eclectic. The people come here in Cannes, and it must make them all, especially if they go watch a lot of the movies here, it must make them want to go out and figure out who they are and what kind of a voice they have and how they can get people to listen to what they have to say.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. My unborn child is going to have to love movies. She's seen so many films already, so I'm curious.
Yeah, well, just take your iPad before she's born and just put the iPad on full brightness. Keep the iPad right here.
Well, I want her to watch films on the big screen. I think this is where the experience remains.
Yes,
I mean,
me too.
Look at the BFG. Imagine watching it on a small screen. I do still believe in the traditional essence.
I'm glad you do,
cinema.
because I do too. I really believe that film should be seen in a very, if it's a large movie, it should be seen on a large screen. If it's a small movie, it still should be seen in a large screen, because the emotions of a small story are amplified in a big space.
I agree, and this reminds us of the importance of imagination. I think in this day and age of too much going on in our heads, imagination is not getting out there as much as it should be. How important has imagination been in your life, in your children's life, in your dream works life?
Yeah. Well, DreamWorks is interesting. I named my company after, chasing dreams. I designed the logo with a boy fishing for dreams. He's sitting on the edge of a crescent moon with a fishing rod, and he's fishing in a cloud for dreams. Dreams have been everything dreams have obvious meaning to me, and they are the stuff that, as I guess it was Humphrey Bogart said in The Maltese Falcon, the stuff that dreams are made of.
Yeah, it's true. And
was that Sidney Greenstreet who said that?
I remember that. I remember the sentence.
But I remember the line from The Maltese Falcon, the stuff that dreams are made of. And that's this business, that's this art form.
Absolutely. And finally, so this movie was serendipitous. It's kind of, it's taking us back to a world of imagination. Yeah. How do you narrate a movie from the point of view of a child? Because this is the greatest achievement of this film, you became little again.
Yeah, but I wanted to tell the story through Sophie's eyes, not through BFG's eyes. Sophie comes into a strange land, but BFG, in meeting Sophie, we get to see, it basically assuages our fears, to be able to have our fears called off by a little girl's opinion of somebody that could end her like that, but instead holds her in his hand and raises her and saves her. And so there's a wonderful, this is a real relationship story.